First of all, that messenger is going to be a prophet. He will have the office of a prophet. He will have the prophetic ministry. It will be based solidly on the Word, because when he prophesies or has a vision, it will always be Word-oriented, and it will always come to pass. He will be vindicated as a prophet because of his accuracy.
I'd like to read you a prophecy that was given. I got on, and many, by the way, Mr. Mercer, and many of them are going to take some of these old prophecies and dig them out and revise them a little or bring them up to date and put them in papers. I'd like to read some things that I'd like for you to this one first. I'd like to read something to you. 1932. Listen to this.
You will notice in the following audio clips, Reverend William Branham refers to the vision he saw, both as a prediction and a prophecy. The question is there a difference between a prophecy and a prediction? Let's look at it as it is defined by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, in context of what we're talking about. Predict. To declare or tell in advance, to prophesy, foretell. Prophecy. A prediction of something to come. In other words, we can clearly see that a prediction that is given under divine inspiration is prophecy. According to Reverend William Branham, he wrote these predictions down on paper in the year 1931 or 1932 or possibly 1933. And it's mentioned first time on tape in the year 1955. And one of those predictions is the rising of a great woman to power, and she will be vice president or president. Was Reverend William Branham the first and the only person to make these predictions, or foretell the possibility of a first female vice president or president? What brought us here? Because some people believe, you have to only believe in Reverend William Branham, as well as his prophecies, and his Bible interpretations. For healing, salvation, and eternal security. Can a Christian rest their precious soul, based on what he said? Without wasting too much time. First of all, let's take a look at what Reverend William Branham said.
I remember I still say this. Before the end time comes, wrote 23 years ago, before the end time comes, there'll be a woman that'll be a great ruler in this nation. She'll either be president or something on that order. Some great woman. And at that time, automobiles, just before the coming of the Lord, will be in the shape of an egg. I remember that. Keep it in mind. And that was in 1932 or something like that. I didn't mean that to any harm, women. I don't mean you Christian women. But just to see women coming into politics and everything, it's a disgrace. It's a breaking of the American morale. And remember, this is America will, a woman, I better leave it alone. But just remember this. I predict this, that a woman will be president before we're annihilated. That's right. I said that in 1933 by vision.
I prophesied this. You mark it in your books. I've told you many times, every time here. There will come a time. America is a woman's nation. And a woman will rise up soon in America and become a great person, like a president or somewhere, before the coming of the Lord, I believe. Just remember that. And I've said that.
And I predict that a woman will be a great woman. You younger people here tonight, remember Brother Branham has said this, and I said it in 33 when I saw the coming of the Lord, and how the automobiles would continually shape up like an egg until finally they would come into a perfect egg shape. Maybe part of the year, no, it's written on old papers and things. The morning when we was over here at the little Masonic temple where we were having the orphanage over here on the next 2nd Street over, where we was having the meeting, and I seen a woman rise, vulgar as she was, and dominated the country. And I predict that a woman will either be president or come into a great power of some sort in the United States before the total annihilation of the world. Keep that in mind. And I have said it. Now, I predicted and said I saw a great woman stand up, beautiful looking, dressed in real highly royals like purple. And I got little princess down here. She was a great ruler in the United States, perhaps the Catholic Church. A woman, some woman. I don't know it'll be the Catholic Church. I don't know. I can't say. The only thing I seen the woman, that was all. And remember, thus saith the Lord, there'll be a woman rule before the end time. She'll either be president, vice president, or it'll be the Catholic Church as a woman. I've seen her a great woman. The nation bowed to her. It'll be one before the end time. Thus saith the Lord. Write it down and find out, you young people. See if it happens. If it isn't, I'm a false prophet. Women given the right to vote elected President-elect Kennedy. The woman's vote. The wrong man, which will finally lead to full control of the Catholic Church in the United States, then the bomb comes that explodes her.
I said it will come to pass before the end time comes that there will be a great woman stand up in the United States because the United States is marked woman. Her number is 13. And she'll rise up either be president, or I put it in parentheses, perhaps the woman being beautiful and attractive will be the Catholic Church, but cruel at heart. And she'll lead the nation to pollution.
There'll come a worship of a woman in the United States, and they'll be married. I see it 1931. 7 things happened. I got it right on paper here with me. Wrote it in 1931. In 1933, the Holy Spirit came one morning and told me 7 things that would take place before this nation was destroyed. One of them is that. It's on old paper there at the church. Many looked at it. How that we'd go to war with Hitler, and that how Germany would fortify and build the Maginot Line, the Siegfried Line, I believe it was, 11 years before it was ever thought of. Amen. And how that automobiles are constantly shaped like eggs. And how that they'd permit women to vote, and in doing so they would elect the wrong president. Amen. And in this would be a woman stand up that would govern in the United States. Amen. Not actually a woman, but a church. Not actually a woman, but a church.
There are many people who ignore and even disregard the last quotes you just heard of William Branham telling the audience that the woman is a church. They choose to just quote the early quotes, and giving their own interpretation on top of William Branham's interpretation, that the woman is not a church but an actual woman. And she is the current vice president. What are they going to say if the United States ends up having a woman president? Which leads to the next question. Was William Branham the first person to make these predictions? Let's see. The following is just a few of many articles that speaks of women rising in the political world in the United States, and also the possibilities of having a first female US president. These articles will be in the video description. Among the articles to read is Predictions of a Presidentess. A century ago, prognosticators saw a future in which a woman could be the chief executive, and men would be made obsolete. And the article also says, an 1892 advertisement predicted for the year 1992. Or maybe the first woman would be inaugurated president much sooner, by 1928. and celebrations would involve women navigating giant zeppelins over Washington, D.C. The Atlantic article, by Adrienne Lafrance. November 2016. Let's go back. By using these words, perhaps, possibly, I don't know, and I can't say. Also in reference to the woman. He said, she could be a president, vice president, great ruler, a church, Catholic Church, a power of some sort or something. It makes Reverend William Branham's prophecy, or prediction, to sound more like a probability. What is a probability? Probability, a logical relation between statements, such that evidence confirming one, confirms the other to some degree. Some say, it doesn't matter what he said. Only believe. Brother Branham acknowledged that the woman president vision, as both a prediction and a prophecy. Once again, a prediction, given under divine inspiration, is prophecy. Now that we've said that, it's an inevitable. We have to face the 1977 prediction, given by William Branham, under divine inspiration. Did it fail? And did it come to pass?